Okay, I want to say hello again everybody, hello and welcome once again. It's me, Wushu Richard, with another talk video for you here. I want to say first of all, thank you for all your support, and I hope you've enjoyed all I've been sharing so far. I hope you always enjoy what I share. On this channel, which is my main channel as you know, and what I usually share is a mixture of different kinds of training in martial arts. I've trained in many styles of the martial arts for most of my life, and they really have helped me in such a great way. Now, I also want to say that in some of my videos, you will see, quite a lot of my videos actually, I be myself, and that's what this channel is all about. It's me being myself. So you see me sometimes coming across like I am now, sitting here nice and calm and gentle, talking to you about life. But then in other videos you see me going crazy with all these crazy martial art moves, and then sometimes going ballistic, hard hitting, punching walls, kicking concrete pillars and trees and going crazy. It's seeming, it's really hard hitting stuff, yet, here I am, this thin looking guy, I'm not your average big MMA lout, as I call them, excuse my language. But it's just my opinion, but you see me doing that, and also you hear me expressing myself very freely too. And I use a lot of strong language from time to time, not to sound big, but I express myself freely. It's about the hard and the soft in life. You've got to balance it out, yin and yang, yin yang, and that's what martial arts is about. You've got to be true to yourself. And if you're putting on a show, then you're being fake and weak in yourself. And the truth is within you, no matter what, you can't run away from that. So, I'm me, and it's a free expression of myself, and I like to share, okay? And now, another thing is like the forms of creativity I do, which I've mentioned before. I like to do some writing, okay? I like to work on some artwork, and I make my own little animated cartoon shows too. And also my music, I make raps, okay, and in the rap music you'll hear there's a lot, you may not like it might not be great, but you hear me doing my raps, and sometimes I use a lot of hard lyrics, swearing and stuff like that, or hard lyrics. It's not meant to offend anyone, it's just, great fun, and just making it in a fun way, it's supposed to take with a pinch of salt. It's supposed to be taken with a pinch of salt. Sorry, I'm getting kind of tired here, it's the evening. But yeah, anyway, all I do though is, it's just free from my heart, and I love to share. Because martial arts is about focusing and concentrating on yourself to be the best you can be. You can't be too stiff in the martial arts too, you have to be, to relax to a certain degree, because we train so hard, and you have to be flexible and fluid, like water, like Bruce Lee would say. So you can't change what you are who you are in life. Martial arts is a path for life. You don't change who you are to be like a machine and be so rigid, but you train and focus yourself so that you can develop yourself, and through certain arts in life. So I try to be very creative, but I also just take it easy because I love life, and I am who I am. But I like to put out excuse me again. I like to put out a positive message. So it's up to the individual out there, to see what they do in life, however they will see it, and be whoever they want to be, however they want to be. Okay, so anyway, I want to just say in this video, okay, thank you so much for watching my videos. Remember, okay, when you practice martial arts, we have to be responsible. I want to say, remember to train carefully when you train, okay? Things such as the videos I've shown you recently, like rage training and punching walls and all kinds of crazy stuff, hard-hitting stuff, and concrete boxing, as I like to call it, one of my training methods. I want you to understand that it takes gradual training. You don't want to end up busting yourself up. Believe me, your body, if you don't train right, it's like many various forms of physical activity and exercises and movements. If you train slightly wrong, and put too much pressure on a joint or something, you could really mess yourself up. Simple things. Let me give you an example. Right, my nose is broken now. I hate to say that. I hate to think about it. You know, you might not see that. It may not look so busted, but disgusting story, man. A long time ago, I was walking by somewhere on the street, and what happened was that there was a bar. Okay, there was a bar, and I wanted to go underneath the bar like that, rather than stepping over the bar. It's like a metal bar, you know. And I leant underneath. I wanted to go underneath the bar, and there was another bar, and I hit my nose. Now it may sound very, very comical, but I did hit my nose, and it was slightly turned. I could feel it, and I pushed it into the right position. Now that's disgusting, isn't it? I know. Blood was pouring out. Went to the doctor. Went to the hospital. Rushed there. The taxi drew me there, and that. So I was lucky. When I arrived there, the doctor didn't give me any treatment. The doctor just said, yes, it's broken. No, it's true. I had to hold it. So, you know, be aware if you go to a hospital or doctors in England and that happens. I don't know what to say. Now that's one thing, okay, but that wasn't in training. That was just in silly. That was just me mucking around. But it's like, I'm just saying. You see how a simple action like that can change you for the rest of your life. Now my nose is actually broken. I can feel the bump in under my skin in the bone. You know, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like still my body is. What's done's done, you know. Now I'll give you another example. I have another bone which is broken too in my body, and it's my finger. Now this is very disgusting. I don't want to show you, but you see my hand here, my fingers. Okay, this is really serious video. This really, okay. It's simple stuff, but it's serious, very serious. Now you've only got two hands. Let's face it, and fingers and two eyes and a back, a spine. You know, you only got one body. You know, you have to take care of yourself, right? You knock all your teeth, you lose all your teeth, you'll be drinking, you lose all your teeth, blood. You'll be drinking soup for the rest of your life, homie. World star, no, I'm not, forget that, I'm just joking, right? Anyway, you know, it's like we go around promoting so many other this and that. We might as well promote ourselves, you know, but you can only do that if you're mangled up and embarrassed, like Rocky said, if you get yourself mangled up, then you're not going to be much of, you're not going to be advertising that. Anyway, back to what I was saying, yeah, so, 2 hands, right, 10 fingers, no, 8 fingers, 4 on each hand, and 2 thumbs, 1 on each hand. Now look at my little finger here, I've got 4 on this hand, 4 fingers, not 4 little fingers. And they're straight and normal, right? But this hand here, my little finger on my right hand is slightly bent. What the fuck? Smuck, but yeah, they are. Look, this one's straight and this one's slightly bent on the angle slightly. And people ask me if it's painful, right? Not now. It was at the time. My finger went so numb. And if I tell you how I did this. By accident, of course, how I did this, okay, to myself, is one of the most amazing, unbelievable, it's very, very unique, the story. I don't think any other, and again, with my breaking my nose was too, it's quite comical, right, in fact, you know, it's like Mr. Bean, Frank Spencer, one of my legends, Frank Spencer, these people wouldn't even be able to do this, you know, but some people, it's like, you really know, comedians and that, it's like, this little finger here, okay, is not straight now. When I can bend it and move it, obviously, but it feels, I'll tell you the truth, it does feel, you know, out of place. Motherfucker, I'm not flipping you off in the sand. It does feel like wrong, like on the ankle, because it's not a straight joint. When I do that, it's a bit stiff. I would hope that I won't get anywhere, you know, well, it's terrible thinking about it, actually. Didn't get it fixed, I didn't have any operation or anything. Oh fuck, you know. And it wasn't supposed to be as seen as broke as such at that time, was that? But I had it wrapped up, and I had medicine and Chinese medicine. I'd done it in China when I was in China here, and I had, like, it was so swollen up, it was yellow. My finger, it was like fuck, man. I had to go to sleep with this stuff rolled up, these herbs, medicine, whatever on it. It was like, fuck, but this finger was fucking broken, and I can't believe it's broken. It's like, you know, I don't want to get arthritis and stuff when I'm older, it worries me kind of, but it's like, you see what I'm saying though, you've only got one body. Now that's damaged, man. It's okay, I can use it now, it's actually can use it, it can bend the rest of it, it's like unbelievably still usable and works well, you know, I've got power in it. It's grown that way, it's just fixed, I don't know, it's just like, fuck, you know, my other hand's okay, but this hand here, my little finger though, I don't want to sound lucky to my little finger and such, but I am in a way, you know what I mean. But what happened was, I'm going to tell you how I did that. I was there, I was standing outside, right, Wushu Richard, me, Kung Fu, you know, martial artist, Kung Fuist. I was there practicing free flow moves by myself, Kung Fu moves, from what I'd learned in the past, and because I train non-stop my martial arts, you know I do. Anyway, you know, whatever you want to call, I must have been 20 something at the time, I'm now 30 something, 32 say. But I was around 22ish at the age, something around that age. Shit man, this happened after breaking my nose, a year or so after, and it was like, I was in a park somewhere, okay? I was practicing Tiger Kung Fu moves, but I was doing it tight and really fast and going over the top, doing all these moves, you know? You got to be careful when you're doing the moves too, you got big or small, but I was going crazy doing tiger moves, just the young master like Jackie Chan, so, you know, old school style. And I was training by myself, imagining the opponents and doing all these moves and hand flows and all the rest of it. And I must have gone over the top and just lost my focus and went out of the moment. And my hands just hit each other. You know how that happens sometimes. If you don't, then you're good accuracy. But, you know, experience will tell you, like in many sports and martial arts. And I was doing the tiger moves, and I hit my hand, I think I hit one hand into the other, and or something like that on my arm or my hand, and I literally cracked my hands together and broke my own finger. I was like, fuck, what happened? I just felt the pain and I couldn't believe it, you know? So that's a story there, okay? Now, I'm rambling about these little stories, but what I'm saying is, you see what I'm saying. You don't want to put too much pressure on, have one small little incident and end up messing yourself up. Another bit of advice I'll have, okay, I'll give out in this video, which I don't like to give advice and tell people what they should do with their life or what I think, you know, because you're yourself and so am I, but what I would say is like, you know, people out there who want to like get into fights and stuff, like street fights, people that want to just, two guys might agree to it, okay, let's have a fight, you know, let's, you know, you see this stuff on World Star Hip Hop and that World Star, as I'm saying. And you see all these thugs and people on the street and that fighting. Some of it's disgusting. It's good to study from because you can learn, like, you can watch and imagine if that was you in a situation, how would you protect yourself? I mean, because some of these tough guys, you know, or someone coming unstuck, someone could just come at you and it hit you. You have to be ready. Some people get ganged up upon them too. So this is the real world, you know. You can't mess around with martial arts. You've got to keep it real and avoid negativity. It's the first thing. I'm saying, if you need to fight, yeah, you've got to be ready. But what I'm trying to say self-professional. But what I'm saying is, yeah, sometimes though you see guys who just agree to it, whether they've had an argument or not, or whether they've just agreed to it, friendly thing, you know, where they're going to beat the shit out of each other. Now, to me, I can't understand. It's insane, but what I would say, okay, is my advice. Now, I really don't want to put the advice out to people because it's just ridiculous giving people advice. It's just, who the hell am I? Who the fuck am I to do it? But what I would say is, don't do it. Don't do it, man. Anyone, man or woman, boy or girl, anyone. Don't do it. As I've said before, avoid negativity at all costs. Whether it's an argument that someone wants to get in a fight with you, just walk away. You ain't got to prove yourself to them or to 100 people on that street, to your close friends or loved ones. Because at the end of the day, if they can't understand you or can't look up to you a little bit for avoiding it, and if all they want to say is you're a coward because you didn't stand up, you've got to realise you've got to be looking back to reality. You've got one body, one life, and it's not in anyone's mouth, or no, you getting confused. It's not about how many people are on your side or not on your side, you know, or want you to do this or want you to do that. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Cowards, at the end of the day, it's just about doing, you know. So what I'll say is, you know, you've got to understand yourself and reality. You know what I'm trying to say? You only fight if you really need to, you know what I'm saying? So if someone goes to, you know, hits you and that, and wants to attack you, and you might have to defend yourself, and you have to fight back and be accurate and train hard. But when you're in your training, if you mess yourself up in your training, you know, any kind of physical training, then you won't be able to come back from it necessarily, and you're messing your one body up, which is your weapon, you know, your self-defense, let's say. It's like if you smash up your car, you know, you can't drive. If you break the lights on your car are damaged, then it's going to make your journey much worse, isn't it? Or the window, or whatever part of the car, you know. So you have to take care of your vehicle, you know, your body, and your health. And you know, it may be irreversible. You want to look good in front of your friends. You want to look good, and so you're not a coward, you know. And you say, okay, you take on somebody in a fight, take someone on. You know, and then you get into this fight, and then you could end up losing an eye. I don't want to say it. You could end up getting punched in the eye or something, or your ear bitten off like Mike Tyson style, or something. I'm just saying, right? You could get fucking crippled for life, or something could happen to you. It could be irreversible, or whatever. And avoid, you know, negativity is what I was saying, right? So I wouldn't get into a fight if I was you. Just don't do it. It's just ridiculous getting into a fight to prove anything. You should not get into a physical confrontation, physical fight, because of someone's attitude towards you. And you can be really pissed off sometimes. Someone can put you down, belittle you, try and embarrass you in front of everybody else, and there might be all kinds of external things that are out in the world that can confuse you a lot, and you lose your own mind. But you can't snap like that. You have to avoid it. You know, you have to. But if someone's putting their hands on you and they're trying to damage your body, you're not trying to damage yourself, right? You're trying to avoid that. Then you're going to have to fight and defend yourself and get them off, maybe, if you can't get away. You know what I'm trying to say? And fight hard and do it well. So if you want to fight hard and fight well, you want to be more ready and more stronger, more fitter than the opponent, have more better skills and abilities and reflexes, then you're going to have to train and practice and train your body to be stronger, and be careful and take it easy. Don't go all out, be careful in each exercise, give yourself a regimen, routine, and practice often, and practice the moves, and be open-minded to all kinds of training. That way you'll be more ready for if ever that day should come, and hopefully it never will. Hopefully you can always avoid negativity. You don't train fighting. If you're a good martial artist and a wise fighter, you don't want to train to fight. You don't want to train with that idea in your mind that, oh, okay, I'm training to be a fighter and a martial artist. That means anyone stands up to me and takes the piss out of me, I'm bigger and badder than them. I'll be ready to knock them out, and by golly, by fucking hell, you know, I will knock someone out. And I'm training for that. And if I don't have a fight in my life, then you know, I'm not a fighter. And you're letting yourself. Don't get that attitude in your mind. If you have that attitude in your mind that you must fight because you train fighting, it's ridiculous. We don't train fighting to be a fight. We train to be a more efficient human being. That nothing can fucking take our human existence and life out of us, or fuck up our one body that we're born into the world with, to live this pleasurable life. Nobody likes pain. You like peace. You like the pleasurable feelings. Yeah, you know what I mean. If you're a normal human being, you know what, you can go and make love to your girlfriend or boyfriend. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. For real, right? I'm trying to say, yeah, you can go and eat some delicious food, go and enjoy the breeze by the sea, sitting there eating some nice food or whatever, or go to a restaurant somewhere, you know what I mean? Live your life. Have a nice wash, a bath, a shower, feel the relaxing on the skin, listen to some music, relax, watch a film, do some exercise, feel good, bring the power into yourself, breathe the air into your lungs, you know, enjoy your life. Don't fuck yourself up. You know, excuse my language, I'm doing it again now. You see, I'm gentle one minute and I'm speaking strong the next minute, but this is reality. Really. And I said don't get into a fight. Now, what about competition fights? Don't do it. Now, I have to say it, right? What is the difference, you know? You know? You get into a competition and fight. To me, it's not realistic, it's not useful. It's like you want to train. Competitions, right, here's my opinion on it, right? You can do it if you want, it's good, fair enough, but on that, I know people that have done it, but what I'm trying to say is, for me, right, I'm not being a coward, or whatever you want to say, but for me, yeah, it's like, competition, all forms of competition, they bring some good in it, fair enough, good elements you can get, right? But for the most part, it's like, it's negativity, it's putting people against each other, causing an illusion for individuals to feel that in this world they have to compete to survive. which you might fall that's true, Richard, you do. No, but look, you're misunderstanding the point. You compete with yourself, you improve yourself. You don't need to prove other people's down or bad mouth to put people down or do better than somebody else to be better, to do good. You do the best you can and give yourself as much ability, skill. Maybe you learn 10 languages. That's for yourself. That means you can speak more languages than somebody else maybe. But it doesn't matter if he can speak 9 and you can speak 10, right? Or how many, or 2. It's not about you being him, it's you have this fucking ability. And you can use it in your life to do good. That's what martial arts is about. If someone someone's a good boxer and they're going to try and knock you out, but then you get in a scuffle and then someone grabs you from behind and you chuck them over onto the floor with a judo throw, then great, because you know some judo too, and you know boxing maybe. You see what I'm saying? So you're learning more skills. That's what I'm saying. So you don't want to actually get into a ring and put yourself at risk. Martial arts isn't about putting yourself at risk on the street or in the ring or whatever. All fighting is fucking retarded. Right? What about fighting for survival? What about fighting for honour? Hey, get your shit, don't get it twisted, you know what I mean? It's not about fighting for honour, fighting for survival. Honour is different to fucking survival. You know what I'm saying? Honour and morality, or what is it? I don't know what you were saying. Proud of what, this or that in your mind, all those things. The reality is the reality. You can't live in a dream and that's that. Reality, survival, if someone's going to grab onto you and you have to fight, then yes you do. Fair enough, if you can't escape, as I've said. Or if you can't avoid it. But you don't want to step into a ring as such, or into a fight of any kind. Like countries at war, you know, people doing crime and getting in trouble with the police, or it's like any kind of conflict. I can't find the final answer to like end it, sadly, conflict in the world, but I'm just saying, right, martial arts is to improve yourself. That's the whole thing, to be a better human being. That's what it's about. So you don't train to fuck yourself up. That's why MMA people or any like fight combat sport piss me off really, because they train themselves up to be in really good athletic physique in that body and their condition, and they go in and they mess up their bodies to the extreme, and I just can't understand. It's just bang themselves up, you know. And now, you know, and there's been deaths in that. There's been deaths in like Thai boxing, Muay Thai. And if someone with such a simple brain just turns around and says, well, you don't know, man, that's because some people are poor in this poverty and they want to fight their way out of it, so they fight for their whole life, and it's their choice and all this and that. You can throw a million different spanners in the works to try to put your point across. But at the end of the day, yeah, and again, it's the person's point of view, whatever they want to do, so yeah, you're still right. But I'm saying, life is life. You weren't born in this world to be fucked up, to fuck yourself up, right? My goodness, it's fucking unbelievable. So, what I'm saying about again is, you know, that's all I'm saying. In your training, take care of your body. This video is basically take care of yourself. Don't be a wally, right? So you train your body, you know. In training, you take care of yourself. And if you do end up in a fight, it shouldn't be because you want to be. Right? At all. Never should be because you want to be. Otherwise you're a fucking savage animal. Even if you say, well, I want to get vengeance on that guy, he hurt me, you know, I want to get vengeance on him, then you're a fucking idiot. So I've got to say it. Someone doing that, I'm not speaking to you personally, someone who would do that is a fucking spamhead, in my opinion. Or that mentality is, I'll put it more nicely, so it's an unclear pile of shit. So what I'm saying basically is, if you know, it should be someone's trying to hurt you or kill you, for example, and then you're stopping the fucker, maybe with a powerful technique, and really stopping him, you know, or her, and you're chucking them fucking off, so they're a mile away from any instance of harming you, ever, because you are in control of your power, which is your life enhanced from your training, developed much more further than they have. And also the brain, the psychic, is you're fucking smarting yourself and calm as the wind. That car beeping outside just scared me. I just gone to timid mode again, sorry. Oh my god. But you know what I'm saying? Seriously, you know what I mean, yeah? You've got to be. You've got to just see that, you know, life is as simple as that. You know, don't you look at life sometimes and just laugh at it? Because how can you get into a fight and all the rest of it? Isn't that, you know, and then you look around at the world and see all the beautiful things too. Happy moments, just together with your children or whatever. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is, you know, you fight if you have to. You don't fight because you want to. Never. You say, he punched me in the face, so I'm going to punch him in the face. You're totally wrong if that's the reason. If you can still think of it should be you punch him in the face to stop the anger of him punching you in the face. To prevent it. Prevention is better than cure, so avoidance is better than any confrontation and dealing with something. Avoidance is better than reaction, right? Reaction's better, you know what I'm trying to say? Action's faster than reaction. And avoidance is faster than both of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you want to beat your opponent, you want to stop him from harming you any further. So you prevent him from hitting you, or you prevent him from further hitting you. It's like if someone punches you in the face, and then, you know what I mean, in terms of morality, really, and in terms of being a hero, you'd be more of a hero if the guy just walked away and you didn't fight him back, and you just let the guy. He hits you and you just leave it at that, and he walks away. You get this kind of legendary stories you'll find like in karate. You look up stuff like, what's it called, Samurai Spirit, is it? I can't remember, there's a TV show or something talking about that in karate, where there was a legendary karate guy who didn't fight back against some thugs and that. I'm just saying though, you know, that's how strong you are in your martial spirit. It should be that, you know, the guy hits you and you let the guy just walk away and you don't hit them. If you're still standing, you're still able to avoid further confrontation. And you say, isn't that totally cowardly? Richard, like I'm saying now you've got to let people hit you and get away with it. I'm saying in the ultimate, this or that, if you're like on the street and someone hits you, and then they walk away, you know what I'm trying to say? At the end of the day, if you can go home and never see that person again, maybe you would save worse from happening. But if that guy's grabbing hold of you and he's hitting you at that moment, and you're able to block it, and you know what I mean? It's the same thing in morality. You look and you sum the thing up, should I be hitting him now? Maybe I can control him and lock him up, or put him on the floor so he's not can stop him from hitting you, you know what I'm trying to say? You avoid it, you duck it, you block it, wherever it's going to be, and then you only hit if you feel you really need to stop him, because this guy's he's a continuous threat. Like he's continually coming to hit you again and again, he won't fuck off. You have to stop him. You know what I'm trying to say? It's the same way as, if he comes to hit you the first time, and your natural reaction or the best ability that you've got is to actually hit the guy before his hit hits you. It might sound wrong in morality terms, but actually that's the sensible way to stop him. But you don't say someone's hit you or someone's called you a name, so you have to argue with them back or you have to hit them back. But it's like if they're coming at you again and again, it won't stop. You have to do something to stop this. You know what I'm trying to say? So you avoid it, either by the attack, by either not being there, ducking it, avoiding it, running away, blocking it, or fucking hitting him and fucking hard and stopping him first. You see what I'm trying to say? Or he hits you, and then you can see that he's going to hit you again. He's not stopping, he's not going away, and then you may clock him and hit him really hard. You know what I'm trying to say? So you're fighting scientifically and morally, in moral terms. But realistically, you never ever lose your mind and your spirit as a martial artist and say this person deserves to get fucked up because of what they think of me or because of what they are and this and that, you know what I mean? They're a piece of shit. No, it should be because of your safety, your realism, your safety of the reality of it. And if I turn my back, is he going to fucking kill me? Okay then, cut off the hand to save the arm, whatever they say, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Cut off the arm to save the body. So you might have to fucking hurt him really bad to stop him from fucking doing worse to you or whatever it might be, you know what I'm trying to say? Or hurt you a little bit rather than him hurting you badly, you know what I'm trying to say? Or again, it might be something else. It might be he's beating your friend up or raping someone you love. You have to really stop the guy, so you may have to go in. So what I'm saying, but you should never be going into a fight like that and looking for trouble or risking the chance of getting hurt. Okay? So it's about combat here, and it's about okay, because I say okay. No, fuck what I say. And if someone else tells you you should this or you should that, just like I've said in this video as well, then they can get themselves fucked, because you've got to understand what you believe you should or not do, and study what you're thinking and realise the reality of life, and study next time you get bad effects coming to you, and see if it's something that's come back from your own actions as an effect, cause and effect, and learn and study similarities in different situations. I believe all forms of competition, you know, like arguments, fights, whatever, arranged competitions, even setting rules and stuff. And it's funny they set rules and stuff too. But you know what I'm trying to say? Be strong, be free, you know, avoid bullshit. And take care of yourself and train yourself to be the best you can be. That's what I'll say to you there. Listen, and as for people that carry knives and guns around, don't do it, you know. Avoid people that carry knives and guns. Avoid carrying knives and guns. Okay, don't give up. That sounded funny. Avoid people that carry knives and guns. How about baseball bats and lightsabers? Well, yeah. You know, avoid people that fart too much, because that smell might put you in a trance, homie. You understand, huh? Avoid people that ramble too much. Avoid people that speak a certain kind of language. You know, bullshit. Avoid people that, you know, are negative. You know, it's like, wasn't it? What do you mean? How do you define negative? But you see what I'm trying to say? Be true to yourself. Understand yourself. That's what I do, and I feel better in myself for doing so. And I'm sure you feel better for doing so when you do it. I'm sure you do it. So I feel most people do avoid negativity. In fact, most people get into arguments and fights because they want to avoid negativity. They want to stop this shit where they're getting, because they feel bad about it. But if you're strong, you'll be able to clear a lot of that way and deflect all that and not even let it affect you. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me, they say. Literally. You don't bother. It's childish stuff. People just rambling, talking shit, or out of control. They've got no control over themselves. You should have more within you, and you're higher. Rise above that, you know. And be real in yourself, okay? So in training, no, be careful. Small joints, knuckles, things, parts of your body, the joints. Right, but be careful. Don't go too much force and break your body up, you know, and your mind up and your spirit up, and let the whole fucking world force you to fight, or that's what you feel, you know. You don't need to smash yourself up for anyone or risk getting hurt to proving that you're the toughest and most invincible. No one's invincible, as I've said. Martial arts, we train to be invincible, more like. We train with that mindset, that's why we should train carefully. It's a growth thing, you know, development. Slow and careful, that, you know, to be better and make sure it's assured that, you know, you're improving yourself, more closer towards invincibility, even though you'll never be invincible. Invisible is like or more closer to being invincible. You know what I mean? To being out of avoiding shit, you know, outside that, you know. But I'm saying, you know what I mean? So, but you can never be invincible, really, though, you know. So avoiding the shit and trouble, you know. So you know, they say like the best block or defence is not to be there, right? So I'm trying to say. Like my teacher used to say, one of my teachers in my Kung Fu used to say, you know, if it doesn't touch you, it can't hurt you. So you avoid getting hit. So you know what I'm trying to say, if it doesn't touch you, it can't hurt you. So they can't touch you. They can't touch you if they can't see you or find you. They can't, you know, it's to be out of view. Avoid negativity at all costs. But if it's in your face and you can't get away, then the second option is you need to fight powerfully, fight well. Okay, train on, stay safe. Thank you very much here. Train safely. Take care of your one body in this one life, and don't put yourself in harm's way. Thank you for watching. Thank you.